Hi everyone, we're going to do some work with simple interest and maturity value in this section 9.1. And so this is the simple interest formula, I equals PRT. When the letters are written right beside each other, that means multiply, so that means P times R times T. I is the amount of interest, dollar amount of interest. P is the principal amount, so that would be the amount that you borrow or an amount in an account you're saving, for instance. R is the annual rate of interest. T is the time in years. And we'll do some more work with this throughout chapter 9. I just told you that. Remember, when symbols are written side by side, it means to multiply. And so you also have to pay attention to that R is an interest rate, and sometimes we'll be working with the decimal numbers, so we kind of have to go back and forth. And then T is expressed in years or a fraction of a year. So for instance, if it were 6 months, then it would be the fraction 1/2, or 6 over 12. 6 over 12 equals 1/2. So that is something that you have to pay attention to, because if you put in 6 when it's 6 months, then your numbers are going to be way off. Okay, so we're going to do a little practice with this I equals PRT. On January 8th, 2014, Wendy borrowed $13,500 from her Aunt Nelda. So $13,500 is the principal amount. If Wendy agreed to pay a 9% annual rate of interest, calculate the dollar amount of interest she must pay if the loan is for, and then these are our times, right? This is going to be T for each one, and this is R in the formula. So I'm going to write this out. I equals P, $13,500, times R, our rate, the rate of interest would be 0.09 as a decimal. Remember, we're going to change that to a decimal for calculation purposes. Make sure you have your calculator set on 9 decimal places so that you have a floating decimal. And we're just going to multiply times 1 because it is 1 year. And so key it into your calculator and you find that the interest amount is $1,215. All right, and that just came out as an exact number. And then on the next one, notice it's 5 months. So to write a portion of a year, right? 5 months is a portion of a year. We're going to write that as 5 over 12 to put into our formula. So we still have 13,500 times our interest rate times 5 divided by 12. And you truly can put it in your calculator just like that. So 13,500 times 0.09 times 5 divided by 12. And hopefully you realize that this number should be less because it's only for 5 months of the year versus 1 full year. So 506.25. 15 months is more than a year, so this should be our biggest number so far. We're going to write this as 15 over 12. Now, you could simplify these fractions sometimes, but it doesn't really matter. You're just multiplying with these, so if you simplify, fine. If you don't simplify, that's also okay. So we start out the same way, 13,500 times 0.09 times 15 divided by 12. Enter it just like that on your calculator. And our total interest then is $1,518.75. All right. So on the next slide, we're going to talk about maturity value. Well, maturity value is at the end of the loan. So once your loan has matured, basically, what is the value of that? So we take the principal, the amount borrowed, plus the amount of interest that you need to pay, and that will give you maturity value. So we're going to find the answers on that from each of the previous questions. So we're going to take 13,500 on each one add the amount of interest. All right, this was part A on the previous slide, right? We got interest of 1,215. Maturity value for this first one would be $14,715. And then on part B, I'm going to add the $13,500. That was the 5-month one, 506.25, which equals $14,625. And the last one, maturity value, $13,500. Plus, now this one was our biggest one, $15,1875, which gives us a total amount $15,018.75. So if you borrowed money and you left it just sitting there and didn't pay anything, then this is what you would owe at the end of 15 months. Or if you borrowed money, it would earn that much. It works that way also. Okay, so when we're working with things about loans and maturity values and interest and all that, sometimes we need to know the number of days that we're paying interest for. And so this is totally using your date function on the calculator. Remember that to find the date function, you press second and the number 1. Right above that it says date. Recall that we will put the numbers in this way. February is the 2nd month, so it would be 2.1318. October is the 10th month, so 10.0118. Remember that you have to put in a decimal point. You need 2 digits for your day and 2 digits for your year. And then this would be your DT1, and this one is DT2. So that's basically date, beginning date, ending date. And then we are going to compute DBD. And so for this first one, that is 230 days. And so you just do the same thing on each one, right? DT1, these first ones will all be DT1. I think I'll just write that right above, right? DT1 for all of these. This one's DT2. And we are going to compute DBD. So 230 days on that one. Okay, August is the 7th month. No, sorry. August is the 8th month. So 8/24/18 to February of 19. So that's 2/21/19. Days between dates then would be 181. December, don't forget to pause and practice this. For a December date, it will be 12.1818 to May of 19. That would be 5.0819. Compute days between dates for a total of 141. So 141 days between those dates. Now you also might need to calculate maturity, the maturity date, knowing the starting date of the loan and the days between the dates. So this would be DT1. This would be days between dates. And we're going to compute DT2 for each one of these. So we're going to compute the ending date. So for each of these, we will have an ending date. All right, so let's put these numbers in. April would be 4.1718. And of course, you know the 75. Whenever you compute DT2, then you find it is 7/1 of 18, which is July. September is the 9th month, so it's going to be 9.0718. We're going to put in 90 days for DVD and then compute, and it will be December 6th of 2018. November is month 11, so 11/25/18. Days between dates will be 180, so that's approximately 6 months. So our ending date is May 24th, 2019. All right, well, I'm going to stop this video and then I'll finish this lesson on the next video.